Hi, this is Mike Hendrickson from OSCON 2017 in Austin, Texas. I'm here with Ying Xiong from Huawei. Ying Xiong, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Great to see you.
You too. So you're the chief architect for one of your cloud groups at Huawei.
Yes, I'm the chief architect of cloud platforms at Huawei. My current job is responsible for the architecture of overall PaaS platform. We call platform as a services. Everything from the moving application to the cloud, including the deployment monitoring and for the developers.
So as an architect, you're probably seeing a lot, and people call it digital transformation. I call it continual transformation, because we're never going to get to a point where you're digital. You're just continually evolving and transforming.
Right.
You probably see a lot of companies you work with, and including yourself, going through this transformation. Can you talk about how architectures are evolving and incorporating more open source in their evolution?
Yeah, well, I have experience where I work for AT&T, Microsoft, now at Huawei, that all the big companies that move to a cloud era, so where in fact it's not focused on the product, it's focused on the services, which you acquire different architectures. And right now the open source architecture is open technology. That's where the trend is. That's where help the company move the traditional legacy application into the cloud with the help of open source technology.
But it's not just get a big forklift and lift up the old technology and bring it into the cloud. You're re-architecting systems, right? Systems,
correct.
Big systems.
Right, correct. So yes, you're right. The word legacy is hard to change. We have been there for many times and many years. You have to have redesign some of the applications. So normally that you want to start with a new application that with cloud native architecture, right? You decouple your older applications into different pieces and then gradually one by one to migrate piece of that into the cloud native architecture. So and it's a very different job. It's easy to say, but it's really hard to do.
And you're helping your customers as well, because you have customers around the world.
Right.
And they're all kind of dependent or codependent on some of your infrastructure that you've already built.
Right.
And are they looking to you as helping architect their platforms as well?
There's a lot of customers actually ask us to help them to move to the clouds. And we are leading the cloud native transformation. 2 years ago, we started a project called PaaS platform that actually, with the goal to help the customer to move to the cloud native architecture. Our internal IT, Huawei IT, was one of the first to using the container technology, using the Kubernetes to move a lot of applications into the cloud with redesign with cloud native architecture, microservice architecture. So we get a lot of best practice, and we embedding this best practice to a platform we call Fusion Stage. It's a PaaS platform that we can help customer use the experience that will help customer move their application into the cloud.
So you're using your own best practices that you've learned to transform your company with your partners as well, and that's helping them become more cloud native and aware. And
yes.
Okay.
One example I can give is, in the enterprise that you will move to cloud native, you containerize your application, and it's not easy. It takes a long time because all the applications are integrated together. You're not able to containerize all the applications at one time. So we build with features in the platforms called hybrid orchestration, and that will actually support that not only the containerized application, also your legacy application move to the same platform with both container and non-container components of your applications into the platform.
So you don't have to abandon your legacy right away. No, you can have a hybrid environment running where you have your new cloud infrastructure built and your legacy still operating in case there's some redundancy or concern.
Right.
Yeah.
And the applications are integrated together.
And you work with highly regulated industries too, don't you? Ones that are usually like telcos are somewhat regulated on what they can do and what they can't do.
Right.
And that still works for them as well, the hybrid model?
Yes. Well, that's for the legacy enterprise application. Right? For in case of telco, where a lot of the telco companies now moving to the IT areas, what they call ICT transformation, that leverage the IT infrastructure, leverage the cloud infrastructure to revolutionize the telecom communication areas. But that's where the cloud native, the inside of the city areas.
So if you had to think about, in the companies you've helped transform and get to be cloud native, what do you think is the biggest barrier that is consistent among all of them? Is there one thing that stands out above others that is always a problem for most companies?
Well, and that's a good question. And in the different customers, different companies, they face different problems. But I think one of the very big problem is actually the cultures, and the move for your applications to the cloud require different mindset, require different development process, require different, you have to iterate a much quicker iterations that, and some companies in the culture is one of the problems they have, right? And then the other problems they have just too much legacy applications. It's really hard to change. And this is one of the problems that some customer have or some company have. And it depends on which companies that you're talking to.
And that's why it's a continual transformation, because you can't throw it away. You just have to continually iterate on it and continue.
Right.
Yep.
The technology is there for the business benefit. So if we transfer the things to cloud native architecture to the cloud, it has some business benefit. You cannot just throw away the old things and move everything to the cloud in one shot.
So you basically identified the cultural, in a way, legacy culture, that has to be overcome.
Right.
And you see that more in different countries, or Middle East, or Asia, or North America? Where are you seeing any more predominant culture shifts for people?
I personally have not seen the difference between geographic regions, and there are some difference between the actual industry itself, like a banking and insurance, and oil company or government, and they have a different in the different stage of transformations. Some more conservative, some more freedom.
It's not geographical boundaries.
It's not geographical boundaries.
It's industry boundaries and industry legacy.
Yeah, that's what we found. Yeah.
Yes, excellent. Yeah. So if you fast forward 12 months from now, what would you like to say Huawei is doing different to help companies transform?
What I would like to see in Huawei, a year from now, is that we have a fundamental platform infrastructure there that reliable, and then for transform all our business, not only that we call IT enterprise business, but also the telecom business, because telecom is also in the middle of transformation, move to the cloud native, move to the cloud computing architectures. So I would like to say that our platform can support both, which is really a challenge, is because it's two different areas. One require more regulation, as you said earlier. One was more freestyle, open source versions. So we want to use an open source technology that will come for both.
Excellent. We look forward to that journey with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mac. Nice to talk to you.